好，翻嚟新一集共聚會，咁就 Kevin 都喺度啦。
喂
今日我哋有視像版嘅，咁然後咧就右邊有小兵喺度嘅，係中間咧有 Houghton 會長喺度嘅，係啦，咁然後咧就仲有一位嘉賓，係啦，我哋今日有特別嘉賓嘅，
係呢個係非常之特別，我哋非常之榮幸請到呢位嘉賓嘅，
係啦，咁啊都安排咗好耐嘅，嚇，同埋呢個國家
大人物嚟噶嘛，
係啦，咁啊，當我哋有視像版，但係唔係女士咧，嗰位一定係重量級，係咁啊，我哋就都快啲介紹嘉賓啦，嚇，如果唔係嘉賓唔知我哋講乜嘢嘅。係咁啊，交俾會長咧，應該等你嚟介紹咧。
唔係我同會長都識咗呢位嘉賓好耐下，
咁你哋一齊介紹啦。係
你嚟啦，係。
Okay, well, today we have an honor to have the president of Hong Kong Wine Society with us. Okay, Mr. Roland Mush.
Right, it's my pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, thank you for joining us. So, Roland actually has another role, and he's actually an Austrian, and he's working for a financial institution associated with Liechtenstein as well.
Okay.
It's a small country beside Austria. So today we will talk about wines from these two places.
Right. So it's technically a country that's between Austria and what's the other one? Switzerland. Right.
It's double landlocked, one of the rare double landlocked countries.
Right. And I've actually been there.
Oh.
Yes. I spent about, an hour.
5 minutes
two.
driving.
Exactly. But I walked around in the capital. What's the name of the capital? I don't remember anymore.
Vaduz.
Vaduz. Yeah. And you cannot spend more than 20 minutes there. Actually, there's nothing to do. Actually, the only thing you can do is to go to the post office, buy some stamps, and then get your passport stamped. Yes. You have to go to the post office to get your passport stamped.
There's no border. There's no border.
Exactly.
Really.
So it's a very special country.
It is. Well, it is. It's a small country. It's an independent country.
How big is it?
160 square kilometers. And
160 square kilometers.
37,000 inhabitants. However, it is per GDP per capita the richest country in the world.
It is crazy.
Yeah, it's the highest GDP per capita.
When I was there, I saw a lot of banks, private banks, and that's about it.
And that is also a myth. Actually, the banking sector in Liechtenstein only accounts for 20% of GDP.
Really?
Liechtenstein has a lot of... It's not wine either, unfortunately. But, it is small, very specialized companies, for example, dental implants, stents, heart stents, heavy machinery.
Heavy machinery?
Yes. So they're Hilti. For drilling and big construction machinery. So they are specialized in it and very successful.
I see.
I know that you are the Liechtenstein also famous for making certain micro drills used by the dentists.
Exactly.
They have the biggest market share of these drills.
你
去洗牙嗰陣時 when you go to dentist, that's the kind of drills.
I never knew that. I always thought, they just sell stamps. But today, actually, we got some wines from there, right?
Very true. We have wine from the princely domain of Liechtenstein. And we have two wines. Well, we have only one wine, actually, from Liechtenstein, which is a Pinot Noir, which we'll try later. But, in fact, the princely family of Liechtenstein has two different wineries. One in Liechtenstein itself. There are 4 hectares planted there. And they also have a bigger winery in Lower Austria, in the Weinviertel, very near to the border of Slovakia, where they basically have another 35 hectares.
Right, hold on, 4 hectares out of a country that's 160 square kilometers, so that's, what's the percentage?
Covers quite a lot.
Yeah, so
it's in prime location. It's just below the castle of
I've seen that castle.
So,
I've seen that castle.
So very expensive real estate indeed.
Wow, we're very lucky to have the chance to try it. Because are they imported to Hong Kong?
Only the Pinot Noir is currently being imported. The Austrian wines, yes, there are also a much wider range of wine is being imported from the Austrian winery.
I see. So where exactly is the Austrian winery again? It's near.
It's
Slovakia?
it's in Wilthersdorf. It's about an hour north of Vienna. It's very close to the border. There's a beautiful castle there, one of the castles of the family, and they have a winery which is rather old. It dates from 1436. So
Wow.
this is when they started to produce wine there. They recently invested a lot of money in upgrading the winery, restoring it. So that was finished in 2011, and also since then the quality of the wine produced there was a big focus, and I think you can see that in the wine that we're currently tasting, which is a 2015 Grüner Veltliner Reserve.
That's our first wine.
From this region.
Right, I'll show the viewers. Right, this is the first wine. It's a 2015 Grüner Veltliner Reserve from. Can you pronounce that for us?
So, the name of the domain is called Hofkellerei des Fürsten von Liechtenstein. Hofkellerei means it's basically the court cellars of the Prince of Liechtenstein. So very simple.
Right, but my
It just sounds complicated in German.
But my question will be: they've owned this piece of land for that long, but then they have their own piece of land in Liechtenstein. Why didn't they combine both? Or
So we have to go into a bit of history and why
Right.
Austria and Liechtenstein. Actually, the Liechtenstein family is originally from Austria.
Right.
The first castle was noted in the 12th century, mid 1136, just south of Vienna. They were always big supporters of the emperor of Austria, and they basically were also incredibly rich. They had some of the biggest land ownings in the empire at the time, over the centuries. Therefore, they could also financially help the emperor, help him with armies and so on. So they were a very close ally to the emperor. However, what they were not, all their land was basically land that was feudal land. So there were other people, other landowners above them. They were noble, but they were not. They couldn't access the highest title, which is the princely title. For that, they needed to get land which basically was outside of or without any feudal lien on it, and only reporting to the emperor. And for that reason, in 1712, the emperor suggested that they purchase something like that in Liechtenstein.
Okay.
Well, basically at that time it was not called Liechtenstein, it was called Schellenberg, and there was another domain next door that they bought. So they bought that, and then they could be vested with the princely title. So at that time, Liechtenstein was basically part of the German Empire, and the Liechtenstein family actually never went there. They bought it in 1712. It took until 1812 until they went there the first time. And they had little interest in it. But then something interesting happened. Napoleon, during the Napoleonic Wars, actually Liechtenstein fell out of the empire and actually became a separate, independent entity. And that's why it is, and currently is still, an independent country. Again, the Liechtensteins never ever lived there. They are very Austrian. They always lived in Austria. They also have big land ownings in the Czech Republic. Actually, they have a claim to 1/3 of the Czech Republic.
Wow.
So the Czech Republic didn't want to give back that land.
Oh, right.
For obvious reasons.
Especially, and especially after the communists, right?
Exactly. So after, when basically they only moved to Liechtenstein in 1938, when Austria was annexed by Germany, and that's when they moved out, and basically since then they have been based in Liechtenstein.
But why wasn't Liechtenstein annexed at the same time?
Because it was, by luck, an independent state. So like Switzerland, it was independent. And
But they got no army, you just walk over.
There was no army, but there wouldn't have been any reason to...
But that was like the decision of the Congress of Vienna, right?
Yeah. Well,
By
this
the
was
Metternich, they decided that Liechtenstein independence.
well, it was basically, yes, it was during Metternich, it was during Napoleon, after the reorganization of Europe in the Viennese Congress, they basically...
But did they want to be independent or they forced to be independent?
No, but it basically fell out of the German Reich, but that was... and turned out to be it was completely insignificant for them. That's the other thing. It was completely insignificant for them. It was a poor country, not as rich as today, and so they really had no interest at that time.
So at that time, what's the main product, like from Liechtenstein?
On Liechtenstein, they had some cotton mills. They were agricultures, basically farmers.
Right.
That was it, and there was not much there. And it was a really, really poor place. It was very, very poor when the princely family moved there. The princely family lost a lot of their wealth over the Second World War, and they started again from nothing, basically nearly from nothing, and now again
They're rich.
One of the richest families in Europe, yes.
Right.
It's a very inspiring story. Yeah.
They're
should learn
entrepreneurs.
something.
They're entrepreneurs. They always have fostered entrepreneurism in their family, and that's why they're now concentrating on the winery, because they realize, well, the most important thing is their name. They have this incredible history of this winery. 1436 in Austria, in Liechtenstein actually the winery was started in 1712, so considerable history in the grand scheme of things. And so they're really focusing now on producing top quality of wine and bringing the best out of the terroir that they can.
All right.
So when did they start investing in wine?
I mean, they had these wineries
Since 14
but
something.
it was always just used as their personal cellar. I mean, there was no real commercial interest in selling this, or basically it was basically used for their court. They probably after the World War they started selling it, but it was not really. There was not much focus on it, and not really a commercial product, I would say. It was for the local consumption, for the people around in Liechtenstein and in Austria, of course. And
So Austria should be the largest exporting countries for the wine. Is it?
actually, in Austria, it's not very well known. So all of this wine is being sent over to Liechtenstein and to Switzerland. So they produce a couple of 100,000 bottles, but there's quite a lot of demand anyways for Austrian wine and for this particular special wine in Switzerland, and of course in the Principality itself.
Okay, so why don't we go back to the wine?
Yeah.
I'll let you taste it first, and I give me a minute. I just briefly translate.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What is it? And then after that, we come back to for your tasting notes.
我整杯嚟小兵。
Yeah， 我好快譯一譯。咁今日好榮幸咧，請到香港品酒會咧，其實香港歷史最悠久嘅一個葡萄酒嘅一個 society，OK， 香港 Wine Society 嘅主席，今屆主席阿 Roland 嚟啦。咁啊 Roland 佢亦都係一個奧地利人嚟嘅，咁佢從事金融業，咁因為工作關係咧，佢同列支敦士登呢個小國咧關係都好深嘅。咁啊當然作為奧地利人，咁佢都好熟中歐嘅歷史啊咁樣。咁啊同我哋好基本介紹咧，嗱香港人可能就聽得多嘅，因為歐洲其中一個最細嘅國家。但係未必個好似何總咁去過，或者你去過你都唔知道你去過嘅，因為一陣都係幾分鐘過。
我都去過半日嗰啲。
咁佢得3萬幾人口啫，但係佢個 GDP 係全世界最高之一嘅，係10幾萬美金一個人嘅平均。
人口嘅
人口都37000，
人均 GDP 係啦。
係人均 GDP。
我諗卡塔爾勁過佢嘅其實。
係啦嚇，咁啊佢有好多啲人就以為佢係一個金融中心啦，佢都係嘅，咁但係佢大咗佢 GDP 都係20%係金融，其餘好多咧，佢有做好多啲啲機械工業啊，尤其我哋已經提過啲牙醫嗰啲轉嘴咧，其實列支敦士登嘅出品係佔世界最大嘅 market share 嘅，好勁嘅嚇。咁佢控制好多科技啊 patents 咁樣，咁就呢個家族咧以前就係個歷史好悠久嘅，以前就係平民嚟嘅啫，但係因為好有錢，亦都同個皇室奧地利皇室個關係好密切。咁但係佢哋冇一個貴族銜頭嘅，咁個皇室就話：喂，你幫我咁多咁支持，又成日借錢俾我打仗啊、使錢啊咁樣。 俾個鹹頭你，但係你要有塊封地喎。但係奧地利啲封地都俾人霸晒㗎嘛，咁啊揾到好遠好遠。奧地利最西端同瑞士之間有個小地方就叫 Liechtenstein 咧，就封嗰塊地俾你，跟住你就有貴族頭銜啦咁樣。
做王子係啦，
係啦。咁佢哋一直咧就都好有勢力嘅。成個捷克咧，曾經捷克有1/3，第二次世界大戰前捷克有1/3嘅地係佢哋 own 嘅。咁2次大戰之後又唔同啦，即係捷克入咗華沙公約國，變咗蘇聯附庸。咁佢呢啲咁嘅啲地主資本家，梗係俾人踢走晒㗎啦。咁佢而家都
到而家都收唔翻，
佢收唔翻嘅，捷克唔理佢㗎啦，唔認㗎啦。咁但係佢哋一直都係好有錢啦。咁列支敦士登大約拿破崙之後就成為一個獨立國家嘅，但係基本上都係靠住奧地利嘅啦，佢啲經濟，因為呢個家族佢大部分時間住喺維也納，佢好少翻去呢度，呢個係其中一個封地咁解啫，佢哋好少住喺嗰度嘅。咁但係2次大戰之後，佢哋係重新東山再起咧，就講話佢哋投資好多嘢，發展啲科技啊、機械工業啊，
係啊，就匿咗翻去啦，係啦，因為奧地利俾德國打嗰時係啊。
係啦，佢哋匿過嘅，但係後來就二戰之後咧，佢哋冇咗，因為奧匈帝，因為冇奧地利都散咗啦，因為佢係屬第二次，係啦，咁啊變咗佢哋好多，佢哋係要自己從頭嚟過嘅，佢哋個 family wealth 咁而家佢哋一個 family 都係全世界最有錢一個 family 之一咁樣咯。咁佢哋有做酒嘅，即係你知成個歐洲度度都有做酒嘅，咁佢哋你知敦士登個封地，佢哋就純粹為佢種出嚟啲就係自己屋企飲嘅啫。
4個 hectare。我第一陣我知偏東話就
咁另外佢有好多地就喺 Lower Austria，Lower Austria 嗰度就有幾多 hectare？
30幾
hectare。咁主要佢就係呢兩個地方種葡萄，但係喺翻列支敦士登好少嘅啫，係咁止嘅啫咁就，但係佢哋基本上都係呢幾廿年就開始賣啲酒。
因為諗下列支敦士登成個國家係160個square kilometre 嘅中文叫咩？我唔知。平方公里，
平方公里
但係佢已經佔咗4個 hectare 啦，淨係種嗰隻葡萄，係咪？咁你諗下，其實佢真係冇乜地啫嘛，咁佢好難做好大噶嘛，咁唯有咗奧地利嗰邊做咯。
香港都1000平方公里啦，計埋個海啊，
係啊，
計埋個領海，
香港好大㗎，大過好多國家嘅，你唔知咩？
所以冇藉口啊，應該有酒嘅應該。
好啦，咁嗱，睇翻第一支酒 ，the first wine，the grapes are from Liechtenstein or from Lower Austria?
Yeah, from Lower Austria.
From Lower Austria.
And
so how do you pronounce that Lower Austria?
Niederösterreich. It's actually
Nieder
means lower, and Österreich is Austria. So
yeah.
No, Reich is kingdom, and Austria it's east.
East, yeah.
East kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so Grüner Veltliner. Can you tell us a little bit about Grüner Veltliner because you're a specialist,
of
right?
course. Well, Grüner Veltliner is the most planted and signature variety of Austria. It is what made Austria great in the wine world. It is a highly coveted grape variety because it pairs incredibly well with a very, very wide variety of dishes. It has good acidity, but it also has texture. It has some very attractive aroma profiles. So it's a very versatile variety, always fresh, and even if you have some heavy food, it can cut right through, but also if you have something delicate, it can support it. Grüner Veltliner, this particular Grüner Veltliner comes from the region really where you have most of the Grüner Veltliner planted, of the Weinviertel. The Weinviertel is the biggest wine region of Austria.
The biggest
in general.
DAC, right?
It's the biggest DAC, and basically the reason is it's a vast area. There are a lot of rolling hills, but also flat areas, so it's very easy to work on in most parts. You have some more difficult ones, but you don't have this dramatic land scene where you have terraces like in other parts of Austria. So Grüner Veltliner anyhow grows very well in flatter or modestly steeper areas. Clay suits very well, and this is mainly a clay site, different clay sites. The clay also brings out this pepperiness, which is very, very, this white pepper aromas, which I think this wine has a lot. 2015, this is a 2015 vintage, was a very, it's a nearly perfect vintage, or it was a perfect vintage. It had everything, it had sun, it had perfect ripening season, It is quite ripe. You can see the stone fruit characters in there.
Because normally, my impression with Grüner Veltliner is that there's a lot of paracine. It's very green pepper.
It can be. It can
but
be when
this
it's
one
yes,
is
it's
not very.
It can be very pyrazine if
Strong.
it is harvested with less ripeness and earlier and with high yields. This is obviously not. That's what the
That's why
family
we know
has tried
it's
to go
mature,
away.
yeah.
So it has to do with the vintage, but it also has to do with what the winery is trying to do. This is actually not one of the DAC wines. It's actually a reserve wine. So it has.
That's why it's more ripe.
It's more ripe. It has high alcohol levels. It's They decided not to just basically make it a DAC one, which is a more approachable, well, not more approachable, but a easier drinking wine. This is actually quite a serious wine.
Usually, in terms of the wine ranking, is a DAC enjoy higher rank than reserve or
That's a
which
very,
is the
very
better
good
one?
question.
Reserve
Nobody
or
knows
DAC?
because in Austria we have a very complicated system. The government tries to put in this DAC system, which nobody really understands, and which sort of tries to find order in chaos, which nobody wants. However, actually, the region which are very successful, they have all come up with their own ranking system and with their own way of basically designating the wines. You have the Wachau, which uses a 3-tier system according to potential alcohol, or basically 2 alcohol levels. You have the Steinfeder, which is named after a white grass that it grows only in this region, which is the lightest one, up to 11.5%. And then you have the Federspiel, which goes up to 13%. And then you have the Federspiel is basically what you use for falconry. So it's light and airy, but it's still a bit more serious because you have a falcon. And then you have the Smaragd, which is actually, it's not the stone, but it is the name of a lizard that is found in this area, green lizard, so which likes hot areas. You find it when the sun is burning down, then you find this lizard. That's a wine over 13%. So that's the Wachau, but then you have another region which is more adapted now, where they're actually implementing a Burgundian-style system with village wine, Premier Cru, and in the future they will have a Grand Cru system as well. That's the Erste Lagen, which is everywhere else around the Danube in Styria, and they're trying to roll it out further as well. And but that's all in progress currently, and that's probably will be more important one day than the DAC system.
Just as long as there's a reserve on the label, that means it is not a DAC wine. It belongs to some other rating system.
Yes. If there's no DAC on it, then reserve anyhow, as you know, it's an expression in for wines which doesn't mean anything. Everybody has a different.
There's no legal definition.
No legal definition.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So getting back to this wine, so it's a reserve. Okay, we assume that alcohol level will be a little bit higher, and because they pick their grapes riper. Okay, and then is there any oak treatment?
Oak treatment, no. Grüner Veltliner doesn't lend itself very well to, well, not to new oak.
Right.
They would use sometimes
Old barrels.
old large barrels, Slavonian oak barrels, which basically helps with the texture of the wine. And I think this one has actually seen some of that.
Right.
But the majority will still be mainly stainless steel.
Because my feeling is that it's not 100% stainless steel. Huh?
It's not 100%. I think they blended some in now, but in large barrels and basically.
How about aging with lees? Do they age with lees?
A little bit in the oak barrels, but yes.
Right.
But it has a lot of freshness. I see what you mean here, and there's a little
There's
of
a tiny bit of creaminess.
in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Why it is creamy? Because of the
Lee stirring.
oak or
Lee stirring.
Oh, the lees stirring.
Yeah.
Okay.
They left it a bit on the fine lees. Yeah.
Yeah, but probably not too long.
But this is the top range Grüner Veltliner, so they made extra effort on every level to make it something special.
Right. So about how much is this wine retail on the market?
This wine in Hong Kong, I think it is about 100 and depends. You can find it on special offer, maybe at 130 Hong Kong dollars. So
Really?
It's a very good
Wow.
quality of,
For this price, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because,
I mean,
because Austrian wine is not.
in Austria, this would cost less than 10 euros.
Right.
Oh,
But
wow.
the difference is not enormous, eh? I mean, they're not selling it at a huge margin in Hong Kong, actually.
No, very true. But in Austria, you have a VAT on it, and
Yeah, right.
So basically, yeah.
Because Austrian wine is the price is quite low. Because maybe the cost is higher. In Hong Kong, is retail price is quite low.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, I think
So
the official
guess-
price is 150 or something like this, but in the special offers,
Wow,
you can get
that's
it at
very
a pretty
good.
good price. That was,
Yeah, it's a very good wine. I actually love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you think of this wine?
Well, it's for a Gruner Veltliner. Usually, we would expect something that's much fresher, easy drinking. But this wine has depth. It is quite complex.
Yeah.
It's got some creaminess to it, and then it's got great acidity. I think it's a great wine.
I think it's much. The intensity is higher than expect for
Right,
for a
right.
normal GV. It's kind of like quite big, high level of wine.
It's got
yeah.
a lot of stone fruits.
Yeah.
It's got it's lovely.
It's made me think of just having a vegetable soup, quite strong vegetables. It makes up vegetable tasting. So, but the finish is really long. So I like this one.
Yeah, good. So how do you want to rate it?
Oh, I give it like the best grade. Like A.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Good.
Well, I guess I have to tell that to the Princey family. They will be very proud of that.
Especially considering the price.
I mean,
Yeah.
of
It
course.
is a
I mean,
sure
the
A,
price
you
is-
know.
It's quite.
Yeah.
I quite doubt you really can buy this wine with this
A
price.
special offer you can, but
I think
I
it's
think
quite
the official one is at 150.
Is this style typical for reserve?
Again, there's no, everybody.
It is
Yeah,
not-
there's no
it is acidic,
legal
but not
definition.
okay. Yeah.
right.
It's,
Okay,
So every wine could be a little bit different.
Reserve could mean that it's high alcohol. It could mean that it has been longer on the lease. It can be that it's longer in the before it's bottled. And
Yeah, because the feel is not like entry wine level, but if you like higher level of wine, say Austria GV in Hong Kong,
Right.
I think at least over 200 Hong Kong dollar.
they have also a DSC, which is also from 2015, fantastic wine.
But
a little bit
it'll be
cheaper.
fresher, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a fresher
but it's,
style.
This is a bit
Wow,
denser.
what vintage is that?
2015.
2015.
15.
But do
Wow.
you think this wine has any aging?
Aging potential? Yeah, I would like to ask that
So
question.
yes, it's still too young. So Gruner Veltliner actually can age phenomenally. Yeah, I've had Gruner Veltliner from the 40s, from the 50s. And
Really?
they,
50s? Wow.
They are indestructible. So,
Wow.
Wow.
it's not the Austrian in general, both the Riesling and the Gruner Veltliner, they can really age phenomenally. They will converge to a certain style, but they hold up. They will still have some of this fruit and fresh. They definitely have the freshness.
But the one thing when I was traveling in Austria is that what I found out is that people do like their wines very fresh.
Which is the
they don't
problem.
They don't like to keep
Which is
old
the
wines.
problem. So you don't find it very much, and people actually still drink. I mean, this is already considered in Austria too old because it's from 2015. Although I think it has, if anything, benefited from being 3 years old now. It's how it is. People drink their wines very, very young. They drink it. Currently, when I was back in Austria, in February we were just served 2017, which had barely any time in the tank before it was bottled. Drinks very well, don't get me wrong, but
Understand.
it's a pity
Yeah.
that if you have wine, or if you can make wine like this, you drink it that fast. So
Wow,
that's,
we really learned something new because maybe previously our inception is for the GV is for nosing the floral, the freshness, but may not be the high acidity. So we didn't know there's the potential.
It changes, of course. I mean, the notes change. You will have the typical aging development. There won't be any oxidation. This is the interesting thing. They don't oxidize easily, like maybe Chardonnays from Burgundy. They really stay still very fresh, so you get more mushroom, nutty aromas. But still with citrus, and I think the high acidity just keeps it together. And
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, we learn something new. Huh?
Yeah.
OK，謝先係講咗好多啊，關於我就為咗教育嘅目的，我淨係重點就係寫一頁關於 Gruner Veltliner
好。
咁啊，Gruner Veltliner 奧地利裏邊咧，基本上就係佢哋嘅
首本名曲。
國民酒嚟㗎啦，就基本上佢哋日日都飲㗎啦。
係
咁咧，因為佢個葡萄佔咗奧地利1/3嘅葡萄種植面積都係種 GV 呢隻葡萄嘅。佢係 Gruner Veltliner，但係我哋通常就叫 GV 啦。
因為太難讀啦。
咁啊，所以係一種好緊要嘅葡萄。我哋飲奧地利酒都話飲過呢隻葡萄，但係唔知其實佢係佢 No.1 嘅葡萄嚟。咁佢嘅特色咧就係話佢好有充分嘅酸度啦，佢酒體好豐滿啦，好多時係 medium to medium high 嘅 body 嘅。咁啊酸度好夠啦，咁同埋佢俾到有好多重嘅礦物味啦、甘香味啦。咁啊仲有咧就係有啲香料嘅，spiciness 所以好特別嘅。咁啊，頭先阿 Roland 都介紹過啦。咁啊，因為佢喺尤其是 Lower Austria 嗰邊咧，種得最多GV 咧就嗰個區咧就叫做 Weinviertel。Weinviertel， 我一焚咗嘛，擺幅地圖上嚟。好。咁啊，Weinviertel 咁嗰度係好多係黏土嘅，就因為呢隻黏土就俾咗呢隻即係呢種葡萄特別嘅呢個 spicy 嘅味道咁樣。咁啊呢個就係呢一區啦。咁講翻自己嘅酒，其實都好 typical 一個 GV 酒嚟嘅。酒體都豐滿啦，佢就唔係極酸，但係都夠酸度啦。同埋因為佢嘅製作過程就喺啲死嘅酵母嗰度攪拌啦，咁所以就俾到一定嘅 creaminess。Overall 嚟講，真係好有深度啊，好有複雜度啊。咁啊，阿 Gary 就話，除咗聞到呢一般正常甘香味，仲有啲阿 Kevin 話有啲 stone fruit 啦，即係類似啲土啊咁樣味道啦。咁啊 Roland 都提啦，嗱唔好睇少呢隻白葡萄。係非常之 ageable 嘅，佢而家奧地利佢有啲由4幾年、5幾年種嘅葡萄嘅酒，而家仲係飲得嘅。咁所以唔好睇少呢隻葡萄咁應該都好有 potential 嘅。咁但係睇翻個地圖咧，其實你睇翻奧地利咧，嗱，列支敦士登去到好西嘅，OK，就我呢幅地圖冇特別，因為呢個係酒區地圖啦，係我用翻 Society of Wine Educator 出嗰個地圖，我 download 咗嚟用嘅。咁奧地利本身主要有4個大區嘅。唔係3個大區一個小區，個小區就即係維也納附近佢自己都 form 一個區嘅，咁就喺 Vienna。另外就係上面就 Lower Austria 啦、Burgenland 咧，同埋下邊 Steiermark， 咁啊4個大區嘅。咁啊而GV 好多時都係靠北邊嚇。咁而 Weinviertel is the Weinviertel the largest producer for GV?
It's the largest producer. It's the largest wine-producing region. I mean, Burgenland is split up into several parts, but Lower Austria, the Weinviertel is the largest white wine-producing region and the largest producing region in Austria.
OK， 係咯。咁Weinviertel 面積嚟講都係最大嗰個酒區，亦都係最大嘅白酒生產區。咁你知道喺白葡萄嚟講，最緊要都係 GV， 咁所以對 GV 都係好緊要嘅。
Because what I found out is that there are quite a few new DACs that are established just in the past few years, I guess. Because when I passed my wine exam, they didn't exist.
Well, they've increased the amount of DACs. They're trying to roll them out. You pointed out Schilcheland, DAC down in the south, the blue
in the
part.
past, it's
Schilche is actually... It's Blauer Wildbacher, which is a very, very funny red variety with extremely high acidity and very little tannins or color. So it's actually it looks like a really bright orange rosé wine. And yeah, they made a DSC. It's a speciality from the region. They made a DSC out of it. So the idea of DSC is that they are linked to the variety that is being used for it. But yeah.
So each DAC would have a representative variety.
Only certain varieties are basically permitted for having this DSC. That doesn't mean that there are no other varieties being grown.
But you cannot claim
in Austria, a lot of autochthonous varieties, a lot of other varieties are being permitted. There are over 60 varieties which are commonly grown and which should still make a quality wine in Austria.
Because I'm quite surprised that Carnuntum and Tumerigian, they're not DACs. They make very decent wines. Huh?
Yes, they do. But in Carnuntum especially, you have some very local autochthonous grape varieties that nobody has heard about. So that's
Yeah, so-
probably why it doesn't work yet.
So DAC is actually, is a one step forward to copy Burgundy. They want to learn something, have some terroir-based
No,
rating
because
system.
they're not grading. They're not basically assigning the basically dividing the region up into quality levels of vineyards or single vineyards. Other people are doing this in a basically independent system. The DSC is really just a marketing tool and of saying, okay, this is a signature wine from this region. This is how confused it is. Actually, for Vienna, they don't insist on a single variety, but they basically use the Gemischter Satz. Gemischter Satz is vineyard which is interplanted with different varieties and which is basically harvested at the same time, which is traditional there, but it makes very little sense in terms
Field
of
blend.
changing. It's a field blend.
field
exactly,
blend.
yes.
So nobody knows what's in there.
But they're
So
white.
on one hand,
right?
they insist on having a single variety, and the other hand, so
Yeah.
yeah.
所以即係 DAC 其實就唔係代表一個特別嘅品質，但基本上大家都當 DAC 其實都係一啲比較好嘅酒，
啲有啲
即係
似好似
每一個
啦
region，如果你寫咗 DAC，即係話喺呢個 region 裏面特別好嘅酒，就代表我特色。
嚴選
咁但係
咁啦
唔係所有 wine region 都用，譬如話 Wachau is one of the most important region in Austria, but they are not DOC。佢冇參加 DAC 嘅 Wachau。咁另外有10個就有寫 DAC 嘅。
Well, speaking of the devil,
Ah.
can we move on to Wachau?
Yes, sure.
We should, eh?
But let us
Take a
take a
break?
break.
Okay.
And then we come back and then we...
Okay.
Okay.
then we'll have Wachau.
Okay.